This week on The Modified World, piercing inverted nipples and talking about it a little bit, giving you the information that you might find useful. So, stay tuned. Welcome to The Modified World. It's a weekly web show about body modification. The people who do it, people who get it, why it matters. I am the host. I'm the guy who kind of is responsible for a lot of this internet wackiness. I'm JC Potts. I'm the senior piercer at Pangea Piercing, beautiful sunny downtown Ann Arbor, Michigan. And, well, I get frequent requests about inverted nipples and facts about inverted nipples and the piercing thereof. Now, first, a little important information. If I was to try to diagnose, treat, or cure a disease or condition, I would literally be practicing medicine without a license. That's exactly the legal definition of it. So, naturally, I would not ever sell anything to somebody like that. It's very much like the whole thing about, doth piercings curing migraines. I would never sell anybody the thing on that. However, that seems to be a meme. Piercing inverted nipples, however, actually does generally make them, not inverted anymore. Now, like I said, of course, we as piercers cannot sell them to you in that way. Surprisingly enough, though, you'll get some plastic surgeons who will tell you, hey, look, I'll charge you, however many hundreds of dollars per nipple to do this, or you can just go get them pierced, and that usually does it, which was actually the exact scenario that happened with this nice young lady who was so kind as to allow us to film the procedure, or at least part of it, and was, very adamant about not, revealing her identity or anything, so of course we wouldn't do that. But, of course, we thank you, anonymous lady, for letting us film the procedure. So, we're looking over here. This is a nipple, and it's inverted. Now, if you notice, when I push on it a little bit, this guy doesn't even really like to even pop out that much. A little bit. Most people's nipples are not that inverted. But, in the case that it is, well, once again, you can kind of just mark it through the middle, and the difference being the piercing technique. Because since the nipple shaft goes in, well, ordinarily just blam, straight through, no big deal. It's not so easy on this. You kind of have to do what Luis Garcia calls wound shaping, where you kind of go down, and then kind of over, and then kind of out. You know that I don't do these videos trying to teach you how to do the piercing yourself and how to be successful with the piercing. It's mostly about educating the public about how it all works and stuff. So, once again, I'm not going to go into all the details of the actual technique or anything, but that's just kind of how it works. Aftercare is generally about like you would do for most piercings, a little mild alcohol-free liquid soap, every few days, or if it gets dirty for day-to-day stuff, you just rinse the crusties off with a little bit of wound wash saline. That's right, and pretty simple. So, with all that in mind, we're going to go ahead and get after this. So as far as jewelry on these goes, pretty standard barbells work nicely. I am going to be using a slightly smaller ball than what you would use on a lot of nipple piercings, because since there's already going to be a certain amount of pressure that the bar is going to be pressing against the chest as it pulls the nipple out, well, large balls can exacerbate that problem. So we're going to avoid that by not having that problem. So how I do on this is, once again, it's a little bit of a slow process, but well worth it. Alright, so in and out. There we go, that feels so much better. Alright, one more deep breath in and out. One more, and this is it, okay, promise. And out. There you go. Woo! Holy moly, that's some fun stuff right there. Tough, tough, tough. Not exactly easy. not exactly fun for somebody either. But look at that. Already got our friend showing their face out there for the first time. It's kind of like if a vampire somehow was able to walk in the daylight and whoosh, first time out there. So we got Nipple seeing sunlight for the first time. Makes me feel good to be able to help people out and stuff. And I appreciate you guys helping me out, man. We wouldn't have gotten to almost 100,000 subscribers on the tube of you without you. So, of course, we thank you. And once we actually hit official 100,000 subscribers, we'll be having a nice happy thank you for everybody. That means free piercing day at Pangea at some point. So, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you probably should. We want to get there to that 100,000 and get some nifty free piercing day just as much as you do. So, go ahead and throw me a subscription. And of course, stop back by next week for another episode of Modified World.